welcome our beloved viewers to RTD's News English Edition. As usual, we bring to you the major and top highlights of tonight. Let's follow. Message of congratulations from the President of the Republic to the Ethiopian Prime Minister. And in the Turkish elections, a crucial, no, in the national scene, a crucial day of ninth grade students for the BIF examinations. Pardon me. Those were the major and top highlights. Welcome back to our newsroom, our beloved viewers. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, has sent a message of congratulations to the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, His Excellency Dr. Abiy Ahmed Ali, whose country is celebrating its national holiday this Sunday. In his message, President Guelleh wished success to Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed Ali and more progress, development and prosperity to the brotherly and friendly people of Ethiopia. He then took advantage of the telegram to pay a heartfelt tribute to the far-sighted leadership of the Ethiopian Prime Minister, who was able to bring about a return to national harmony, unity, and fraternity in his country. The Republic of Djibouti is delighted with the privileged relations of cooperation and complementarily it enjoys with the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. The head of state also wrote in the telegram, "Our country will never cease working to strengthen the strategic partnerships linking our two nations in almost all areas of development." He noted in the same document before reiterating his warm congratulations to all our Ethiopian fellow citizens. A similar message was also sent to the President of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia as well. The Ministry of Communication, in charge of Posts and Telecommunications, presided over a signing ceremony for a memorandum of understanding between the Republic of Djibouti's various print and audiovisual media organizations and the Palestinian Public News Agency. The event was attended by the Palestinian ambassador to Djibouti and several directors and heads of Djiboutian information institutions. This is a crucial step which will undoubtedly mark a significant milestone in relations between our two sister nations and strengthen bilateral media cooperation. It should be noted that this partnership will strengthen the capacity to disseminate objective, balanced, and accurate information to both respective audiences. In his speech, the Palestinian ambassador to Djibouti wished for a fruitful partnership and mutually beneficial collaboration in the years to come. True to his outspokenness, the Minister of Communication emphasized the catalytic role played by this agreement and cooperation in consolidating press freedom and promoting our cultural heritage. The 2023 session of the Basic School Certificate, which is also known in short as BEF, for ninth graders got underway this morning Sunday at scheduled examination centers in the capital and the regions. This year, some 11,418 candidates took part in the BEF written tests at 41 examination centers in the capital and inland regions. In line with the decentralization policy, the exams are being held in the capital, where 21 examination centers have been set up in the various communes. 20 others are operational in the interior regions. Several hundred teachers and administrative staff have also been mobilized to ensure that the exams run smoothly. Very early in the morning, the examination centers opened and candidates sat the written tests in subjects such as French and History Geography. MENFOP has pulled out all the stops to ensure the perfect organization in exams. Security at the examination sites was provided by the police as well as by teachers and administrative staff to monitor the examination rooms and prevent any possible fraud. At the head of a large delegation, the General Secretary for National Education and Vocational Training, Mr. Muhammad Abdullah Mahyoub, visited several of the capital's examination centers to see at first hand how the tests were progressing. The visit began at the Bil'ao Secondary School, where the General Secretary and his close collaborators were welcomed by the school's principal. The General Secretary and his delegation visited the examination rooms in the Secretariat to ensure that all the material conditions were in place to organize the BIF exams in good conditions. The delegation then headed for Fukuwaza Middle School in Balbala. At each stage of the visit, the General Secretary and his delegation were able to observe and assess the quality of the material organization of the tests. They also had a number of discussions with pedagogical supervisors and heads of examination centers to ensure that the exams were running smoothly. The General Secretary ended his tour with a feeling of extreme satisfaction. He declared that the BEF exams were taking place under optimal conditions and that the results would be announced according to the initial timetable. The Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity, Madame Ulufa Ismail Abdo, took part this Sunday in the 42nd Arab League Regional Conference of the Social Affairs Sector, in particular the Family and Children's Department organized by Qatar. The theme of this regional conference was prevention of grave violations against children in armed conflicts. The aim of the meeting, which brought together numerous representatives from Arab countries, was to raise awareness and mobilize member countries to protect children affected by armed conflict. The holding of this conference illustrates the unwavering commitment of Arab countries to protecting the rights of children in conflict zones, the aim being to guarantee them a safe and peaceful future in accordance with the principles set out in the 1989 Convention on the Rights of the Child. The conference was also provided an opportunity to share experiences and best practices and to implement preventive measures against serious violations of children's rights. Member countries also discussed ways of promoting the social reintegration of these children. The Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity, Madame Moulouf Ismail Abdo, recalled the Republic of Djibouti's long tradition as a host country, which for decades has welcomed tens of thousands of refugees fleeing armed conflicts and economic crisis. The minister concluded by affirming her support for the efforts made by Arab League countries to put an end to the suffering of children affected by armed conflicts. Inspector General Mrs. Muna Ismail Abdo sponsored the closing ceremony of a training workshop on capacity building for Arabic teachers, held today at the Center for the Training of Basic Education Teachers, Umar Ghali Ahmed. The aim of this training is to reinforce the use of ICTE and digital resources in the teaching of Arabic. The training session, organized by MEMFOB in collaboration with Islamic World Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, lasted 4 days. The training enabled participants to enhance their knowledge and skills in areas as varied as digital tools and applications to strengthen their pedagogical capacities. In her welcome address, the Director General of the Center for Basic Educational Training, Mrs. Aisha Farah El expressed her sincere thanks for its support in training teachers, pedagogical and supervisors, and CFEEF trainers in a field as virtual as information and communication technologies in education in the digital age. Members of the organizing community set up by Djibouti's Ministry of Muslim Affairs, Culture and Waqf held their first consultation meeting in Mecca, Saudi Arabia last Friday. The participants discussed the conditions for welcoming Djiboutian pilgrims as well as the smooth running of the pilgrimage. The meeting was chaired by the chairman of the Hajj 2023 organizing committee, Mr. Ismail Hassan Roble, in the presence of all the members of the organizing community. Several other points were on the agenda of this first working meeting, including the chartering of buses to transport pilgrims to the reserve residence, as well as the transport to the Mecca and medical assistance for Djiboutian pilgrims. The first group of Djibouti pilgrims is expected to arrive in the Holy Land on Friday, the 2nd of June. As part of the Sino-Djiboutian cooperation, a delegation of parliamentarians composing of 14 deputies and 5 parliamentary administration staff traveled to China on May 8th, led by the second Vice President of the National Assembly, Honorable Umar Ahmad Wa'ez, to take part in a seminar and meet their Chinese counterparts, as well as visiting this great country continent rich in culture and history. As soon as they arrived, the elected representatives appreciated the warm welcome and hospitality of the Chinese side and immediately attended the seminar for members of the Djiboutian Parliament. The seminar is organized by the Professional Institute of Foreign Languages and Foreign Trade in the capital city of Nashang in Jiangxi province. During their stay, the elected representatives also had the opportunity to visit Djibouti's diplomatic office in Beijing. They were warmly welcomed by the Djibouti's ambassador to China, Mr. Abdullah Abdullahi Miguel, for a warm and frontal exchange. Following the book fair, 2 other Djiboutian authors will be going on a literary tour of the CDC reading and culture centers in the capital and inland regions. On the afternoon of Tuesday, the Section 7 CDC hosted the second leg of the Caravan of Literary Encounters organized under the aegis of the Ministry of Youth and Culture and supported by its technical department for the promotion of books and public reading. Authors such as Shehem Wata and Musa Suleiman took part in a rich exchange with young literary enthusiasts from the Section 7 CDCs in the commune of Belous. During the meeting, the speakers presented their latest works. Discussions focused on the importance of rhythm and sound in Djiboutian literary writing. This opportunity enabled young people to meet and interact directly with Djiboutian authors. The Youth Movement won an indivisible organized yesterday at Gadile Resort Hotel, a training and orientation seminar on job search techniques for young people from 5 interior regions for Tajara. 70 young people benefited from this training on job search techniques. The main aim of the seminar was to teach young people how to master job seeking skills in order to enter the highly competitive job market. The training focused on job search tools and mechanisms, CV and cover letter writing, practical job search organization, and job interviews. Now allow us, our beloved viewers, to take you to the White City, Tajura, where a special report made by the RTD highlights the rainy season there. Enjoy.
The rainy season improved this year in the Tajura region. Proof of this can be seen in the abundant greenery both on the roadsides and on the mountains. The impact of the rains was particularly evident in the quality of milk this season, especially camel milk. We were therefore interested in the process of producing and marketing this milk, which is much appreciated by both rural and urban communities. To understand this, we went to a rural area 14 kilometers from the capital in Mak'adahafa. We went to meet a family who sells camel milk. Around 5:30 p.m., the camels returned and the milking begins. Whether 2 or 4 hands are involved, there is no secret to the operation. The camels wait impatiently and are milked once and twice a day. Camel milk is appreciated for its nutritional qualities. It contains less fat than cow's milk. One of the farmers, Muhammad Dawood, said that here in Mak'adaf, a few kilometers from the main towns, and the Tajora is close by, they sell by the roadside and also ship to Tajora. Milking a camel is not difficult. It is all we have for work. Once the milk has been harvested, it's time to sell the containers, which are eagerly awaited by motorists. Many of them frequent this important road between Tajura and Balho, stocking up on fresh milk and delighted that milking is taking place before their very eyes. As well as being an excellent source of income for breeders, camel milk is appreciated by consumers and sellers alike. For consumers, it is an almost complete food that helps prevent deficiencies and illnesses. For sellers, camel milk is a great opportunity to generate regular income. What makes this milk so remarkable is its exceptional vitamin C contents. Rainfall is a source of happiness It quenches the earth's thirst and enriches it, and it also improves the living conditions of the rural populations as a source of income.
The Grand Meeting of Dakar was a real success for Djibouti's national athletics team, for athletes shown on the track winning gold and silver medals. They put an outstanding performance, winning gold and silver respectively in the 800, 8-meter series. Muhyiddin Abdi Wais and Hussein Sugay Aden also shown winning gold and silver in the 5,000 meters. These outstanding results are the fruit of hard work and close collaboration between the various players involved in sport in Djibouti, the State Secretariat for Sport, the Djibouti Athletics Federation, and the National Olympic and Sports Committee worked hand in hand to enable our athletes to shine on the international stage. At the end of the 18th and final day of the First Division D1 Soccer Championship, the Djibouti Football Federation (FDF) organized the season's closing ceremony at the Al-Hajj Hassan Gulaid Abtidan Stadium throughout the 2022-2023 season. The Republican Guard team has achieved excellent results. It has revitalized its squad by recreating some very talented young Djiboutian players. This choice, coupled with the fierce determination on the part of its management to win all national soccer competitions, and they go on to defend their national colors at regional and continental levels, served as a catalyst. Today, the gamble has paid off, and the teams has just won the title and trophy of the First Division National Soccer Championship by the hand of the president of the Djiboutian Football Federation, Mr. Suleiman Hassan Waberi. The team put a lot of effort into the competition from start to finish. They played with tact and intelligence every day.
waxayna cod buuxayo dareen dhugan oo cuddoon rag iyo dumar ku cabireen inaanay ka caajisayn xilka qaranku u cayimay ismaaciil ciiltiro jabuuti ciyaarihii inka karsiisayo adduunka la cajabe hajira oo hajira cimriga hajiro caafimaad kuwaan إسماعيل عيلترو جابوتي عياره إنك كرسيسيو أدوك لا عجبي هجرة هجرة عمريقا هجرة عافي مكوان على كورو قاد الجري نباري مدو إيو عدا إلا ما أنتي عسرقا ومها عصبة
Shifting gears towards the international scenes now into Turkey, it looks like a few moments left before Turkey re-elect their president Recep Tayyip Erdogan. But still, voters must choose between President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and the main opposition candidate. More than 64.1 million people are registered to vote, including over 1.92 million who have already cast their ballots at polling stations abroad. A total of 191,885 ballot boxes have been installed for the country's voters. Voters will choose between the President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who is seeking re-election in main opposition candidate. But as I said, it looks like a few moments only left before Turkey re-elects the President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Well, by this our blog viewers, we finally conclude this edition. Thank you for being with us, and make sure to tune in later for more. Have a wonderful evening. Take care.